Welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are gonna level together some more. So in the last video I made, which was actually for my Leveling Together and Fishing Planet, I did mention that I am considering wrapping this series up at some point. I don't know for sure if I will do that. I have a lot of mixed thoughts about that, so I'm just gonna have to see. No promises at this point, but I would like to attempt to make the transition from Old Burg to quarry. Now, the issue is if feeder fishing is just really slow at quarry, then that can be a very painful transition. Once if you get to a season where the char and the burbot are doing well on bottom fishing, then it's not as bad. But honestly, if you're at the level in which you're transitioning to fishing at quarry, to me, that is a good time to transition to doing some spin fishing. And at the very least, trolling. There's almost never a time that you can't make pretty decent money at quarry by trolling. So maybe I can, when we do get to quarry, I can at least sort of look at maybe the minimum of what you would need to be able to reasonably do that. And I can also show you what the, again, minimum would be for bottom feeder fishing there as well. I mean, I basically think we could take this setup, the Adriatica and the Fortuna feeder, and we could probably get away with bottom fishing at quarry with that setup and be fairly comfortable. These other two setups, I don't know. I mean, this would have to be our weakest setup. We certainly would not want to do this. That would just be silly, I think. Because you occasionally can catch lake trout on some of the same baits that you're trying to catch the char on. It's according to what's biting what. It honestly can get a little complicated. And you certainly, when you're catching burbot, some of them would just be too big for a real small setup. Not that they're gonna spool you though. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to try it. Maybe I just need to go over there and try it. But I think I would do either one of two things. I would try to upgrade at least one more of these rigs a little more, or again transition to getting some gear that you could reasonably troll with. Maybe at the end of this video, before I sign off, we'll just scoot on to Mosquito and just look in the store and check prices on what because you don't really want to troll with one rod. There are times that you can spin fish at quarry, just like off the dock, and make a living that way, but trolling is more consistent. But that's all future talk. Right now, we're still at Old Burg, and we're hoping that we'll actually be able to catch some decent bream. That is what we are hoping. I believe in the last video, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't get to fish with garlic dough until the very end. So I'm really going to hope here that the garlic dough makes a difference. And for the first time in a long time, we actually make some decent silver. Because we've been limping along for sure. Now, I don't love this, how slow this has started. Let's see here. What can I do with this? I think it'll still work if I put that over there. Okay. Let me just check something while we're sitting here waiting on the first fish to start biting. You know, I always do this at the beginning of our videos, is just go check the forums and see if it's starting to get more active over there. Wow, it doesn't look like it. Not at all, in fact. Six hours ago, someone did post something under trophies, but nothing under the water bodies. And what was posted 6 hours ago was about amber. 9277. I do not know that spot. So yeah, just nothing really helpful. The only information I've received is from you guys' comments on some of these videos, so I'm very thankful for that. And you know, I've been so busy with work and just real life stuff that I haven't been able to stream much lately. So, you know, I want to keep making some kind of videos, you know, in both probably RF4 and then perhaps Fishing Planet as well, just because it's really been the only outlet I've had to sort of have some interaction with folks. And hopefully my streaming schedule will pick up again soon if things will start to slow down a little bit. But by the way, that's a nice bream. That is certainly a good sign. It wouldn't be a bad thing for us to sort of aim right there at that open space between the two trees there. I'm not sure that fish is really on yet. Sometimes they psych you out. Although sometimes bream can psych you out a little bit, just not fully taking it, but it does have a constant pull in it right now, so it might be worth testing. I don't know. I'll give it another minute to see if it does something on its own. There we go. The line's not moving, so it just didn't look like the fish was really on there yet, but that's a roach. Yeah, so we want to kind of aim out this way. See if it does any better. And what we're doing is we're kind of casting more at the edge of this 5-meter hole instead of towards the center of it. And that line is moving, so there's already a fish on there, I believe. It's a white? Nope, it's a regular. Wishful thinking. So this rod goes up to 14.5 and this one only 8. Okay. 15 degrees. Let's see. Yeah, that's still the high, isn't it? So it should start dropping shortly. Sun's about to go down. Here it goes. It's 14.9 already. We should see the temperature drop, and then hopefully we'll start seeing the bream pick up. If you are also watching the Fishing Planet leveling series, I think what I'm going to do in the next video, I wanted to do some research to see about that other European map to see if there's anything worth farming there. But I think I want to try to target the smallmouth buffalo again at the Texas map. At least briefly. It's so inexpensive to fish there. It doesn't take many fish to get into profit. So just kind of one more look at that map to see if we could get a little more dialed in on the buffalo now that we have Bread with Honey and Semolina unlocked. All right, so we're at 1 marker bream, so we need this to pick up. So we have got them all sort of going in this direction now. Maybe we should try putting one more like in this direction, just to see. Maybe spread them out a little bit. Well, now they're starting to come in. That's a roach though, isn't it? All right, so let's put this one more like, not quite that far, but more like this. Okay. Look at that white bream. That is a nice white. That line in the middle of its head looks weird, doesn't it? What do we have the graphic settings on? All right, I'm going to put this one sort of in between the other two lines. That looked really weird to me. I don't know if I've just not ever noticed that before. And I'm going to keep this one still down here. That went a little right of where I intended, but... Well, the bites are starting to pick up. That's good. The quality isn't where we want it to be, but the bites have picked up a little bit. So we had 2 decent fish in a row with that roach and the white bream, but 3 small breams again after that. Temperature's still going down though. I just lost that fish. I'm sitting here confused. Why does the temperature say 16.2? Is the temperature still going up, or did I misread it before? Huh. Well, surely it's going down now. That wasn't a great fish anyway, but I hate to lose it there. Still 16.2. Our casting is off sometimes. It's not always casting where we're aiming. All right, 2200. We are now officially into the evening. You see the graphics change a little bit. Yeah, that white bream still looks weird. Do all the white bream? Maybe all the white bream. That model just has that like hard line down the middle. All right, now the temperature's going down. So it went from 16.2 to 15.9. Yep, now we see the official moon, nighttime moon. $15.8. .7. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Ooh, that's a nice one. Almost just popped the leader there. Just about just blew it there. To me, the sweet spot are size 8 hooks. I don't know why I don't have 3 size 8 hooks, but I don't. So I'm going to throw on a size 6 hook. For a minute there, I was thinking I'm just going to run it to the store and buy some 8s, but that's a 1.8. That's nice. Okay, we need to lower that friction brake, because if that had been a 3 kilo, if that had been a 3 kilo bream, then we would have popped it before we even had a chance. It's been so long since we actually caught any good fish. I'm just not thinking straight here. All right, we've now gone from size 10 to size 6. So what I hope is that I'll catch a fish on the first line next, and then I can throw on the 6 on this one too, and then put the 8 on the third one, but we'll see. Because I like size 8 for bream. Size 10 to me is a little small for bream, in my experience. So I'm wondering if that could be affecting us. Probably not. Plenty of people have caught trophy bream on size 10 hooks, but just to make sure. All right, its temperature's dropping now, 14.3. Crap. It tricked me. I should have just waited. We're still getting a nibble on that same line, so that's good. Oh, it's starting to rain. Interesting. Probably a light rain, but still. I hate how long it's been between bites on the first and third line. It's just like we don't want it. We want it to be, oh, it's picking up. Wow, we're actually getting a good rain here. In a good bream spot, we should not be waiting this long for bites. I'm going to recast this one. And I'm going to go ahead and change the hook. Alright, this is going to a 6. And here's our first fish on a 6 hook. And then that third line will switch to the 8. No more 10s. Alright, decent fish. It's a marker. Oh, just under a marker by 3 grams. Alright, this does have a 6 on it. Alright. Another pretty decent fish here. Just don't pull the hook out of its mouth. And even though that was a decent fish, we're still going to do what I said and go to an 8 on this one. Alright, so we're already sitting better than we have in the last few nights. We've got 3 over a kilo. Alright, that's legitimate. Alright, this is on a 6, size 6 hook. It's down to 11.8 degrees Celsius. And this is going to be another one over a kilo. 1.1. Seems to be a lot of what we're catching here. Just over 1 kilo. But hey, those... Player 18. He might be at quarry. White Bream, Bream. He might be at Old Burg, actually. Golly, 2345 is actually down here. He's really throwing kind of at this end piece down here. Okay. And what has he caught so far? We'll be watching that. 2.3 Bream, that's nice. I Thought I saw him with a white bream too. So he's at 23.45, so he's like a little bit more on the end here. Um, yeah, we should not be going this long without a bite, to be honest. Hey, hey. At least that's a nice fish. Yeah, he's catching the whites. Wow. If this was on our front line, I would say it has a chance of being a trophy, but on this line, I think we've got, what, like a 5 kilo leader on there. Still, though, that's the nicest one we've caught in a long time. 2.5. All of a sudden, we have 3 fish on. I don't know, like, was it raining too hard for him or something? That's also a decent one. Not quite a 1 kilo. All right, so he's at 23.45. Let's just try this. Get a little different angle here. That's a decent one. We're not raking in the money, but we are doing so much better than we've done last couple episodes. Wow. Watch out. It's a decent one. Not a trophy, but it's a nice one. 2.8. I've only had two. I've only had two over 2 kilos. All right, so right now we've got 7 over a kilo. I mean, that's getting to be a reasonable bream spot. I mean, there's been parts of the night that have felt slow, but overall it's not bad. I mean, we're definitely making more money than we have in a while, so this is reasonable. I wonder, are the weekly whites coming from here too? Yep. On garlic dough. Now that's interesting. You could target whites with a really small leader, but if you catch a big normal, then you're going to get busted up. It's going to be tough. But you could do like size 10 or 12 hooks and 3.5 kilo fluorocarbon leaders and really try to catch a trophy white. Or maybe they're just randomly, occasionally coming in. I don't know. If that's a white, I think that is a white. That's nice. I love when those like 300 plus gram whites come in. So awesome. Okay. That would be interesting also if the white bream continued to bite a little later into the day than the regular bream, but I don't know that they necessarily will. It would be interesting to see. We'll see how much silver this white bream's worth, like the 300 plus gram. Oh, did we have another one? Yeah. Do they all have that line? Yeah, they do. It's so weird. It's not like any of the other fish that I remember seeing have that striking line right down the middle of the fish. Well, overall, this has been encouraging, though. Seven over a kilo and 8 total markers. We might snag one more before they start getting small, small, small again. Oh, there we go. Woo! Nice. That is a really cool, like, addition to our net there here a little later than you might expect. Let's make sure that the nothing weird's going on with baits here. Yeah, all garlic dough. Okay, very cool. Oh crap. I think there's a fish on there. It just hasn't registered yet. I think. Come on. Don't make me into a liar. Uh-oh. It's getting small again. What is this feeder? What? We need to get a better feeder than that. That's embarrassing. That's like a cage feeder like we would use if we were somewhere with a current. Is there really no fish on here? Ugh. Dang it. I almost just pulled that one up too fast too. I gotta slow down. What is that, a roach? Or is that a little white bream maybe? Oh, it is a regular bream. I tell you, these regular bream, though that kind of does have a line, doesn't it? These regular bream, the baby ones, they keep tricking me. Okay. Look how far that second line is. That's just weird. All right, it's getting to be that point where it's like, what are we doing here? Well, Jason's still catching decent bream, but we caught several small ones in a row there. Ooh, this is 43 silver here. That's pretty dang good for us. 7 over 300 for 77, but there's only 28 minutes left. We're not going to be able to get that. But that would have been good if we'd been fishing here for a while. We could have hit that if we'd done a couple nights, 2-3 nights in a row probably. All right, so even without that 43 silver, the rest is another 53. That's pretty good. And let's see about that white bream. Yeah, that's not bad. 3.6 silver for 334 gram. 5.29 for 481. But really, like, once you get over a kilo, it starts going up. And then look at that jump to 2.5 kilo. You're talking about 9 silver, almost 10 for 2.8. All right, so back up to like 90 silver for this fishing time. That's so much better than what we've been doing. Bream order here. Rough order's nice. Let's just put our rods in here just to see what, if anything, happens. And we're gonna go look in the store for a minute. And we also want to change one to worms. Well, let's see what this fish is real quick. Crucian. Okay. That's interesting. How much is that for? 10 silver. All right. So we're up to 276 silver. Okay, so we have the Adriatica, 7.5 Adriatica. Ideally, to me, the next jump we want to do is at least... Oh, this is out of stock. It's going to be expensive. Somewhere around the... I mean, we really want to save up to close to 1,000 silver, probably. And then we would have a really nice... I mean, the Saber is perfect for... Well, really, you could use it for trolling at quarry, but certainly perfect for an upgraded feeder rod, for feeder rig for quarry, going for burbot and stuff. Now, the spinning rods, what would you want to at least have? I think you could troll with one of these. Let's see, what does this go up to? Oh yeah, it's more than enough. 15.5 kilo. To me, that I seem to remember that express fishing. Now this one's a new one. I haven't used this one. That does go to 13.5, so I suppose you could do that too. Save a little bit of money. So, but I mean, that's not too pricey. I mean, even the 210 silver, 11.5, but I'd kind of like to have that extra oomph. It grows with you a little bit more. 15.5 with, what's the lowest one you'd want to use? Probably an Adriatica, 7.5. And put like 7 kilo braid on there and then troll around quarry. It's not going to be comfortable. You're going to probably hook into some fish that you're going to have to like chase around the river, the lake in your boat, but I'm just saying you could make it work. You could make that work. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's what I'll work towards on this video series if we keep it up. It's just trying to make that transition to quarry and also transitioning to spin fishing a little bit. And we can also check see if anything's biting on in terms of burbot at night, especially, or char in the morning. It looks like a roach, right? It's a big roach. It's a real big roach. Okay. Six more silver right there. We're that much closer to our goal. Okay. As always, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to keep the series going a little bit longer. I know over the months I've had more than one person ask about that transition to quarry, so it might be worth looking at that. You know, one of the issues at quarry, to be honest with you, for burbot is right now we have to use night crawlers. And to be fair, they just like fish pieces better usually. And for the char are going to prefer something that's often out of stock, I believe. Nope, it's not. Mayfly larvae. So we could do that. Mayfly larvae are in stock. Sometimes early mornings, especially, char will bite on the mayfly larva. So we've caught a crucian and a roach on garlic dough in this spot. Let's see what this third fish is. Another roach. But the question is, would it transition to bream at night? Especially if we went maybe down on this beach here and cast into here, or over here and cast into here. Or over here into here, or whatever. I don't know. Mosquito's always an interesting place, though. All right. as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.